right, guys, welcome to the show, episode 2, where we're going to be talking about the craziest thing you've ever done for love. So basically, I've got my panel here. You can see the names. All right, if you want to follow them on Instagram, on Twitter, whatever. We're going to play some videos, 4 videos. After the first 4 videos, we're going to review the videos. We won't take too much time. We'll talk about what we want to talk about, and then we move on to the next 4 videos, all right? So I'm gonna start with the first video now.
The craziest thing I've done for love. So there were 2 guys that were pursuing me. One I didn't like, and I made it clear. But you know how some guys just feel like if they continue to shower you with gifts and money, you'll change your mind. But I didn't. And the other guy I actually liked. That's the one that I wanted to date. So one day, the guy that I didn't like sent me money, lots of it. And I took that money and I took the guy that I liked out on a date. We dated for a very long time, but we are no longer together. But that's the craziest thing I've done for love.
Okay, you heard that one, right?
Wow. Yeah.
I'll play the second one.
The craziest thing I've ever done. Okay, I had a crush on a guy for like almost 5 years, and then he was kind of like a player. So we decided to put him to the test. So we got other girls to start flirting with him, and then which he naturally did. And then one time he then brought a pizza to school for that other girl. But guess what happened when that other girl came out? Girl, I was also there coming out. And then we were both there, and then he just like froze, like he didn't know what to do. So we got him. Bastard! No cheaters. Cheaters never prosper. He's not ever doing that again in his life.
Right, you heard that one, yeah?
The sensei. Yeah.
Never.
Hey, what up? So the craziest thing I've done for love was I used to walk to my girlfriend's place whenever I could, and she used to live like a half an hour away from me. And then the one day I went over, didn't know that she didn't ask for permission for me to come over. My father came home. It was school holidays back at school last year. Well, it's my ex now. And yeah, I had to hide in a cupboard from like 12 in the morning to like 7 p.m. at night, and then I had to take a jog home through the back door. Yeah, it's the craziest thing I've done for love.
You heard that one?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we
play
did.
the 4th one for now.
I bought a ticket for me and my ex then, but we're living together, to come to Zim from Asia, right? Return ticket. We come back from Zim 2 weeks after coming back from Zim. She tunes with a call. Oh, when do you plan on moving out?
All right. Those are the first 4 videos. So in those videos, one person bought a ticket for his girl to go to another country. The other person snuck into his girlfriend's place without the parents knowing, and was there without food for a while. Then the other one, I believe, the girl, she tried to trick the guy into falling for another chick or something. Then the first one was this girl who basically used money from one guy to pay for another guy's date. So this other guy paid for another guy to go out, basically. So let's discuss on that.
Wow. These stories are something else. Oh my god.
Well, I support the girl who used the money to pay for another date, because I don't get this thing where a guy wants to use cash to earn someone's feelings. It really doesn't work that way. I think it's probably the kind of people who are over reliant on social media and can't exactly talk to a girl face to face, one on one. You know, the type of vibes. That's my opinion.
No, but why take the money though?
Yeah,
Why not
take
just
the money.
Exactly. Like, why take the money? Just
why
keep
take
the
the money?
guy.
I like this.
So do you want to incur like EcoCash charges sending the money back?
Ladies, I want to hear
Because
your
her
voice.
taking
Yeah.
the money means they're actually interested in the guy, no?
Yeah, you're leading him on.
Yeah, you're leading him on.
Exactly.
I think you shouldn't have done that.
No.
You could have
Why are you expecting to get something out of sending cash?
No, but then
nobody's
okay.
using-
I was trying to
But
impress
she made herself look cheap. She put a price tag on herself, though.
Yeah, but she got her guy.
Oh well. Oh, you also
end up
you
together?
know what? What she did to the
Yeah.
other guy is what she was refusing to have the other guy do to her, because she used that money to woo the other guy.
Yeah.
So how is she any different?
I'm pretty sure if that guy found out, he would act up.
No,
Yeah.
the intentions are different. He's trying to get her using money. She's just trying to spend time with her person. That's all.
But no,
But that's the person that
this is
she
not a no.
likes. It's not her boyfriend.
It's not a
It's the
boyfriend.
person
She
that
took his
she
money.
likes. Yeah.
This one.
She shouldn't have taken that money.
But well, you
what do
know
you
these
think?
things happen.
Actually, they do. I think there are more people with such stories. That's true. But that's brave of her to tell us that story, though.
What
But
do
the
you
guy
think about the
stuck in the
player,
closet
guys?
is
The
lucky.
player who got played.
Which player?
The
This player.
The player who got played. The pizza guy.
But I think
He was definitely not
situation
expecting
where
that one.
chicks get other chicks involved for a guy to make on the other chick. You get what you wish for.
Yeah, man. Like, why was she even?
Hey, it's entrapment.
No, but I don't think she intentionally did that, though. From what I heard from a video, she knew that this guy was a player. She had a crush on him, but she knew that he was a player, and he did prove himself. He went around asking other girls out. They just made, or they agreed with the other girl to just say that next time he comes to see you, I'm coming out with you. Not that she pushed the girl towards him. He was just himself. He went after other girls.
Now
She was trying to test him.
But that was entrapment, though.
Yeah, because
that is definitely entrapment.
No, girls want assurance, so I think she just wanted to, find out if it was really serious, but trying to trick him.
But that's tricking. Why are you tricking your guy?
I mean,
yeah, that is tricking actually. Because look, tables turned. A girl is probably gonna hit up your DM and tell you, look, we were not dating, so with no expectations, type of vibes. But now in this case, this girl probably decided this guy is a player because he was chatting up the other girl. But
No,
did you get what I'm trying to say? Like,
that was before. Why was he why was he in a fix when he met the two girls? You could have easily gone for who he was dating then, if he wasn't dating the both of them.
All right.
If he wasn't doing anything
I don't
wrong,
think they were dating at this point.
We need to move on.
They were not dating?
I'm just interested. They beat him up or what? What happened? Because she was like, we taught him a lesson.
We'll find out. All right, now we need to move on to our second batch, yeah? And here is our second batch of videos.
Okay, so I was in college and my boyfriend at that time, he asked me to come see him, of which he was staying like 9-10 hours away by bus, and I lied to my parents and said that, okay, I need to attend a school event. And when I went, my dad gave me money and I went to see the guy. When I got there, he dumped me. He dumped me, yeah, that's it.
Shame. Shame, man.
All right, let me play the next video. Yeah.
So the craziest thing that I've ever done for love will probably be staying in a relationship long overdue. I was once in a relationship with this one gentleman who was, in my opinion, very psychotic. Like, he took my phone away, guys, for 4 days straight. I had to go to the cops to get this phone back. And when I got it back, I found that he had deleted all my pictures, videos, everything. And the worst part is that he had blocked himself. Like, he went through my social media accounts to block himself. And afterwards, I still took him back. Like,
you heard that one?
Even she questioned herself. She was like,
crazy for sure.
The third one.
I think I'd say the craziest thing I ever did for love was take all of my savings and and the money that I budgeted to move into a new place, to travel to another country to go see this girl for like a week. And I think in that week I only saw her 2 days, and that was this year. So now I'm still trying to recover from all the bad financial decisions I made, and I'm basically homeless. Yeah.
All right, that was the third one.
Guys, that's the saddest story I've ever heard, honestly.
It's sad,
Guys,
huh?
Hello guys. So the craziest thing I've done for love. I was dating this girl for like 3 years, and then she started cheating on me when she went to school. And I was depressed. I went to her place, like her parents' place, and I had to introduce myself to her parents and try to explain to them what was going on. But they kicked me out.
All right. So from that batch, we've got the girl who went, who used her parents' money. Was it fees or what?
No,
her
she lied to
parents,
her
like,
Money
who
from
parents
was
the
sending
parents.
our agenda.
to go see a guy who was 10 hours away only to get dumped. Oh my goodness.
Only to get dumped, yeah.
That's not fair.
No, that's a sad story. We have 3 sad stories
Oh,
and one
that guy
psycho.
is bad. That
Then
guy
there's
is
the girl who gave this guy her phone, and the guy ended up deleting everything and blocking himself on on
he
her phone.
took oh,
Yeah. Then there's the
Nah,
guy
I
who
think
took his
And
life
she took
savings
him back.
to go and visit
The
a
most
girl.
important part.
Then we've got the guy who went to see the girlfriend's parents, and the parents chased him away. Let's discuss.
okay.
well, newsflash for that girl whose phone was taken, that phone was about to be sold. That was like
Really?
some factory reset mission. That phone was about to be sold.
He was dating a goon.
Because he's saying the guy
Yeah, nah,
actually
he was about to
blocked.
sell that phone, definitely.
You understand? The guy actually
Why
blocked
not take him
himself,
back
like
though?
his accounts from her on her phone.
I'm more concerned
Yeah,
about
and
how he
formatted
managed to
everything.
convince her to, take him back. Like, how?
It's love.
That's the crazy part.
I mean, that's a fact right there. Did he? No, come on, guys.
That's actually scary.
That girl.
Yeah,
Well,
but
the
I
story
feel
of
for
the
the
other girl
girl who
broke my heart.
traveled that
So,
one.
yeah, that one broke my heart.
That was even the guy who was in debt now because of that trip he took. That one's a sad one. That's a really sad
Well,
one.
no, he's just stupid. Like, honestly.
Yeah. The first thing I'll ask is where are his friends when he's
He's
doing all this?
No, but how do you spend your entire life savings plus rent to go see a chick?
Guys, love
You don't
is
touch
love.
fees.
Even
You
if
don't
the
touch
trip had
rent
gone on
money.
well, what was his plan for when he came back?
It's
Was
love.
she going to
If I
give him
was a
money?
girl, I
You
would
wanted.
dump him as well because he's not focused at all.
He's not focusing on
Yeah,
the
he
problem.
doesn't have friends, this one.
Yeah, he doesn't have brains. Let him be dumped.
But you know, sometimes when your friends are telling you, you don't listen, huh?
Do you think he told
But bro,
anyone?
growing up, there was always this thing that you don't touch your fees money, no matter what. And when you get to a point when you're now paying rent, it falls into the same category. You don't touch rent money for other things.
No.
Yeah, that guy needs a beating.
He's really that one.
We need to talk.
I feel for the guy who did the whole last ditch effort to go see the girl's parents.
Mantawa.
You know.
Why'd you girls do that? You girls do this to us. Why?
What about the guy who had that girl travel 10 hours to see him only to dump her? Why couldn't he just do it over the phone?
I think the guy
I'm not
told her,
gonna
don't
support
come.
what
She
he
forced
did.
herself.
What?
You think so?
I
Or
think
she just showed up unannounced. She showed up unannounced, huh?
Yeah, she showed up unannounced. I think so.
Yeah, I think we'll stick to that story.
We'll just stick to that one.
So this means that if ever you do something stupid for love, it doesn't work out. Is this what this means?
Yeah, because all the people we've been through, none of them are still with those people.
I don't think anyone is.
So don't be crazy, love people.
I don't think.
Nah, surely there's some success stories. Yeah.
I open.
Yeah, there's no success story yet. Yeah.
I'm sure there is a success story somewhere.
We'll
Really?
get one.
I'm waiting to hear this.
I hope so.
I think we should move on to the next four, the last four actually. All right. Yes, the last four. I've got a very nice story here. Okay, let me play it now.
Hey Chips, Rafael here, all the way from Mozambique. The craziest thing I've ever done for love. So I'm trying to spice up my relationship. This was like 4 years ago. What do? Go to the flower shop. I buy myself a bouquet of roses and I deliver them to my home address. I get the flowers, I act shocked, and guess what? It worked. Cheers, bro.
Okay, now that's a clown right there.
I should do that.
The second one.
So I met this girl on Facebook and we're chatting. Obviously, I thought we were from the same city because she apparently went to my former high school. So we got to know each other. Turns out she lives in Malawi. So, as fate would have it, about 2 months from the time we started chatting, there was actually a trip planned for us to go to Malawi because I was part of Rotary International. So eventually, I ended up catching a bus via 2 countries. So I went from Harare through Mozambique, ended up in Malawi, and needless to say, it was worth it. I got some action, man.
You got some action, man.
This guy's a chancer.
Yeah, but was that love?
Yeah.
All right, this is the third one.
Okay, so there's this guy that I would do anything for. Like I would go out of my way just to do whatever he says, especially in terms of money. I would borrow money. If he asks for money, I couldn't say I don't have. I would borrow. If he says can't see me, I would go no matter what. But knowingly that you didn't really care about me. Even if you go visit, you won't even give.
You heard that one?
Guys, that one's so sad.
That's a sad
Even you
story.
can tell
know,
from the way
right?
she's
You
talking
can
that
tell
Even the way that
People.
he's speaking, he's still feeling the pain from that experience.
Yep.
All
this
right,
guy's a
The way she was
jerk. Oh my
talking,
God.
I could feel it.
you could feel it. Yeah?
Like,
All right, let me
you
play.
know, you went
This is
back.
my favorite actually from the week.
Okay.
Craziest thing that I've done for love in my life. That was my girlfriend's birthday, so she was fat like my mom. I stole my mom's top. I gave for her for present. So went out. My mom called her for dinner. She come back with me to my place. Though that was fucked up.
Wow.
Who does that?
Oh.
That's
I can imagine what the mom did. She was just like, yeah, sure.
Man, how do you take your mom's top?
They were the same size.
you know, an African mom, the moment she walks through that door, it's World War VII immediately. Like, nah, this is silly. It's silly.
I don't think he loved that girl.
He loved the girl, yeah?
We need to know.
No, this guy's a clown. Like, real talk.
I'm actually gonna follow up.
To tell us what happened.
I'm gonna follow up and get the story. All right.
Imagine if they get married.
We've got the
We
guy
need to
who
know what
took his
happened.
mom's top and gave his girlfriend. We've got the girl who used to she used to spend the money even on the guy, even if she knew that.
And you wouldn't drive her back. That jerk.
And we had which other stories? Which other stories?
The Malawi.
There was
The guy who
the
went to Malawi, yeah?
the Mozambique guy, the
The
one who bought
success,
himself
the
flowers.
first success story. The
And the guy
Malawi
who
guy.
bought himself flowers.
Yeah.
The first one
And then the
confused me though.
Malawi guy, that's the maybe the success story. He
Did he have a relationship with himself, or he was trying to make the girl jealous? Like the first one, the one from Mozambique.
Yeah, that's the
Well,
one
he
that
says he
confused
wanted
me.
to
Like,
spice up his relationship, so I think maybe he wanted to stir up some trouble.
Yeah, I think
with
he
the
wanted to stir up
girlfriend.
some trouble, so he
Raphael
bought
is
some
the
flowers.
troublemaker. You can tell from his voice. The
Uh,
enthusiasm.
yeah.
It
Because I
worked.
was not thinking, is this some self-love type of mission or what?
No, I think what he wanted to do was he wanted to stir up trouble. So he bought himself flowers. He took his flowers and he was very happy. And the girlfriend or the wife was like, okay.
Secret
Okay, I think
admirer.
I know what happened. There was a whole huge argument.
Yeah,
and
there
then
was
he
an
proved that
argument.
he bought them for himself, and then they had to make up. And okay, I get it.
You get it. But my money
Yeah,
is still on this guy who took his mom's top, man.
that's some
That's my
crazy
favorite
stuff.
story.
Did you hear what he
That
said? He said my girlfriend was fat like my mom.
No, we need to know how this story ended. Like, did this thing pop off immediately when she walked in, or he was in trouble after she left? What happened? We need to know.
I think the mom was just checking glances. Like, that looks familiar.
We'll get his full story and we'll post it as a separate episode. Just as like a
Yeah, definitely.
a mini clip.
Now
Need
my
the
mind
full
is just
story.
spinning. I'm thinking, so he gifted her what was it new or it was worn?
I don't think it was.
What was going on?
It was
just coming from the dry cleaners.
Bring up items, bro.
Oh my goodness. Oh, shame.
So
but it's the top that counts.
which
No, but
story?
then there's
I
that
need
sad
your
one
top
though.
two
The
stories.
girl would do anything for love.
No, that one's really sad.
Which one?
Yeah.
The girl that
The
did
girl
anything for
who
like,
did everything for the guy. She would
Yeah.
borrow money just to lend him the money. Even if she didn't have it, she would just still go out of her way to do something for the guy.
I think
And
the
she
guy.
knew that he didn't even love her.
What if the guy had dumped her and she was still just doing this?
Nah, this guy just didn't like her. He
Even if he
wasn't
had dumped her,
interested.
why would they still use her like that though?
He was just.
When you dump
He didn't
someone,
like this
just
chick.
move on. Don't, don't use them.
I think okay. The problem is I think there's some guys who take advantage of chicks when he knows the chick wants him, and she's
that guy was manipulated.
maybe she was cooking for him, doing his laundry, spending on him, and he was like, you know what? I've got someone who's taking care of me. Well,
She was investing in love.
Yeah, she was in
Or
love.
maybe he just didn't want her and she kept pushing. You never know.
Yeah,
But
that's
still doesn't justify what he did.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Maybe he told
justify
her,
what he
"No,
did anyway.
I don't like you," and she was like, "No, you like me." You're going
Or
to
maybe
love
he
me.
was used in his last relationship, so he's like, okay.
It's not a maybe, D. He was using her because she even went on to say that she would borrow money just to go see him,
And
he
he
wouldn't
wouldn't
even drive her
even
back or give her money to go back home.
You wouldn't even replace the money or even offer to drive.
I know of a situation like that where it's happening, and the guy is saying this girl is not taking the hint.
But is
What
that
hint?
not why people should?
When you don't love
say what's
someone,
on
you need
their
to hint anything. Just say it. What hint?
Maybe
Why
the
are you
guy's
hinting?
English is limited. He can't explain properly.
No. Sa, iwe, munhu akakuzoti nandikudi,
That's
you just walk away. Hint?
But
there's some
this should
people
also
that are
be a
very
lesson, though.
persistent, but then it's the guy that's supposed to be persistent, I think.
Nah, this is the chick's fault, man.
It's the
She's
chick's fault,
just stupid. Nah, man. You
Because
can't be slaved up like that and not see it, man. I mean, it's like right there,
No, but if
man.
he's a better guy, why is he accepting the money? Why is he letting you continue doing that if he's the better man there?
Because he's an evil guy. That's what it is, man. He's Dr. Evil. That's what Dr. Evil does, man. There's no
I think
sugarcoat.
Yeah,
That guy, yeah.
I agree with him though. I agree. Like, I think it should be a lesson also to females.
I'll be
Females
out here
do
acting
this
like
to guys
everybody's
every
yeah.
single time. One females do it to guys most of the time. So yeah, now we see a story where the female suffers. It's not nice. So let's not do it to guys too.
Mm-hmm. So my takeaway from
You
this
heard me.
whole thing is that don't do crazy shit
My
for love
advice is
because
basically,
it doesn't work.
when you see yourself forcing yourself on someone, it's time to go.
Yeah, true.
Because
But you be thinking they'll change their mind. Is it not it?
Yeah, but you know that organ called the heart is very stubborn.
Yeah, the heart wants what it wants, guys. Let's
It's
not
easier
lie.
said than
she went
done.
all
You be
into
thinking
deep.
that if I try just one more time and he sees how serious I am, we'll get somewhere. But ish.
I agree. Like for women,
Yeah, some people
sometimes
do.
when you see a woman walking away from a relationship, she's convinced that you know what, this is never going to work. So for as long as she want to do
Tanya,
it,
your
but
data.
when she
Hey,
eventually does walk away, she won't come back.
Yeah, but this chick would go to this one's place and then you wouldn't even drive her back. That just tells you everything, man. You can't question that.
Maybe he was sweet talking her. He was never really mean. And she thought,
Yeah,
oh, well,
he's not saying, but I doubt
No,
there's
she
only
did know.
we need
She
to
did
find
know
out
that
more
he
about
didn't love
this
her.
story.
She knew that, but then she was just hoping that by showing him acts of kindness, he would maybe eventually fall in love with her. She knew that he didn't feel the same way,
all right,
but
guys, we
still
need
she
to
was
wrap it up.
convinced
It
there
was
was more she could do.
entertaining her.
We need to decide the top 2 stories from today and give our advice or your final comments about those 2 stories. I'll give each one a turn. We'll start with Auntie. Please give us your 2.
Okay, I think my top 2 are the guy that spent his rent money. That one, he needs a beating, guys. I don't support violence, but that one needs a beating. I mean, come on. His friends should do him justice. And then I think the second one is this girl. I mean, I feel so sorry for her. I mean, I have sisters and stuff.
We'll start a fun one, yeah?
I think the advice I would give on that one is, I mean, if you don't feel the vibe, just let it go. What's the point?
All right. Thank you, Auntie. Tanya, your top 2 and advice.
Okay, I would say the guy who went to his ex's home and tried to speak to her parents. I think he needs to check himself because he might have some obsession tendencies. So like that's crazy. So what? He thought the parents could convince the girl to love him again? Like, I don't get the logic in that, but well, maybe he had his reason. And then the other one is the girl who took back the psychotic guy. I think that's just crazy. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out how he managed to convince her to take him back. I think sometimes women, we tend to let ourselves fall back into relationships that are better left alone. Because if someone takes your phone away from you for 4 days, he deletes all your pictures, he blocks himself on your social media platforms, and blocks his number on your phone, gives it back to you, and then he comes back to you with some, I don't know, shady story that's convincing enough, and you take him back, that person can kill you and bury you, and no one will know.
That's quite scary.
Yeah,
Thank you, Tanya.
I think that's just crazy.
Thank you, Tanya. Ryan, your 2 stories, bruv.
Well, some of these stories aren't crazy, man. They're all right, but they're not crazy. Like the Malawi guy. He went to see the chick in Malawi. There's nothing crazy about that. He didn't lose it. That one went and he won. That was some soft shit. Damn, man, that's not crazy. Nah, that ain't crazy. And then this chick here, the one who was just being used by this old. Now she's crazy because she's down man crazy. She just doesn't see it or was refusing to see it. But she's got issues, isn't? Because you don't stoop that low for a dude or someone else, man. It's like pretty clear. But I hope by now she's grown out of it. And I wouldn't be surprised if she's still doing shit like that again. But anyway, man, it's fine. And then I schemed the other one, which is crazy, is that dude who bought himself flowers. I think that was like a thing. He was doing something. That story doesn't sound straight, man. That one was up to something. He was up to something.
Left out a lot of details.
It was for himself. It was for his chick. Or I think he did something. Yeah, I think he did something to his girl, and then he was trying to make up, or he was trying to taste with the flowers. I don't know, man, because even when it was like, yeah, that's the end of the story, it didn't seem like it went well. So, yeah, I think we go to that story. Something happened here, man. He needs to come back and tell us what happened.
He needs to tell us the full story, yeah?
Yeah, man, something
needs to come back.
We'll look for him. Big D.
I think sometimes you also need to get them on the show so we can ask them questions directly. Were you really telling the truth about that, or you sugarcoating?
That's a good point.
We'll look into
get
that.
these people
I'll
on.
talk to my producer.
Yeah.
We'll talk to the producer.
So those are my top two, basically. That's the other ones. They're not that crazy, bro. I seen crazy. That's not really crazy.
All right, Big D.
Well, for me, definitely, it's the one with the guy who takes his mom's top.
Yeah, that's top.
That one, that was some crazy stuff. Like, either this guy is just a comedian, or he didn't have an alternative, And then all of a sudden, the mom just invites her to the house, and she walks in wearing the top. For me, that's probably the most hilarious story out of all of them that we heard today. And then there's a guy that we didn't really discuss much about. The one who went some hours without food, stuck in the closet.
Oh yeah.
That was an unfortunate event. But then, from how he told the story, he's lucky. Like, he grew up. His girl could simply ask the parents, "Can so and so come over?" At least he had that leeway to do that. But yeah, this time it didn't work.
Yeah.
He didn't have permission to come over. But yeah, it must have been an experience being stuck in there, wondering who's gonna walk
7
in.
hours. Guys, hunger is painful.
7 hours.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Why did you have to go?
Maybe you see.
Yeah. And then, yeah, I know we said two, but hey, look, there's the return ticket across the globe, and then you get back home and you're kicked out. That is cold. That's
that was a bit cold.
That's something else. That was cold.
That's not.
But yeah,
good.
it happens. Look,
that's evil.
But then for him, it wasn't a crazy thing because I don't think he knew that she was planning on dumping him after they got back. Like, how was it crazy? Like, I felt to get the crazy.
It's crazy after the fact. He's thinking
After, looking back,
why the hell did I buy a return ticket for both of us? Like, the parents she was coming to see, like, how do they expect the daughter to come home?
Yeah, that's a good
So I
point.
think that it was crazy in that regard.
All right. Yeah, I've heard your stories, guys. I think the craziest story this week is basically the top guy. The guy who had his girlfriend being the same size as his mom. And yeah, I think now
But I don't blame you, man. It was like an easy fix, man. It's like,
But might is the same
I'm
size,
sure
but
if I
do they
was
have the
them,
same
I would have been tempted
clothing?
to do the same thing, but she might just fit that top. It happens, man. It just happens, man. It happens, man.
All right, guys, thank you very much for your contributions. I think that's it for this week. You have helped us to survive Earth for this week. And now we'll work on episode 3. work on a topic, and we'll be back, yeah?